of relief showing in the faces of his followers. Hamilton, straight arm release. The concentration is intense. The accuracy is little short of awesome. Gary Anderson, an emerging force in big-time darts. He's beaten John Part and Peter Manley in this tournament, so he's collected a few considerable scalps, Rodney.
Yep, some good scalps. Beat Peter Manley quite convincingly after Manley had taken out Van Gerwen.
And of course, well, we have to say that Andrew Hamilton, when we see him,
140.
He's captured the scalps of a couple of world champions, Martin Adams he's beaten, and Jelle Clayson. So both these players in promising form.
Very important leg here for Hamilton. He can't afford to lose this. If he wants to go on and win this game, he's got to take this leg, hold his throat. If he loses it, Anderson comes back and holds his throat, and we're back to 4-all. Been away. We see Rab Butler, the caller there.
Hamilton then looking reflective, pensive.
100.
Got to focus his concentration. Sturdy man in stature and in style.
Well, both on 186 after 9. You feel it's the person that's going to take this out in 6 darts
78
and win this.
Intelligent switch from Hamilton, bearing fruit. Big crowd here in this impressive hall. Former, well, they use it as an ice rink, I think, Rod. And
130.
well, these players getting their skates on,
108.
if you'll pardon the thought.
Well, Hamilton 108, and you feel he's got to take this out. Be looking for a treble 20. No, he's gone. Wants a treble 19 now, and he's closed that right off.
It looked like
76.
Andrew Hamilton was in command here, but it's not quite looking so rosy for him now. Anderson can do damage here.
16.
Missed 2 darts at double top. Hey, look at Hamilton.
And you require 32.
Inspiring himself, building himself up, looking at double 16 and hitting it perfectly right on cue.
Andy Hamilton. Fourth leg, it's
That's
Gary
2
to
legs.
throw first.
You see Hamilton start going, 2 legs that he's nicked. Anderson's not hitting the doubles. He's getting them close. You see him in his last dart at double top there, move the wire, scoring very well, but he's got to start cleaning up on these doubles. If he does, then he may get back at Hamilton, but if he doesn't, it could be a problem.
Big time darts becoming big time business worldwide. Here we are, really swinging in Holland.
135.
Of course, the British circuit is booming. Never been more healthy, never been more successful. And big time darts later in the autumn move to South Africa as we watch Anderson make his mark. Another 180.
Yeah, Anderson very much like King, great scorer. Just needs to tidy up on the doubles.
134.
But this guy has got pedigree on this big stage in front of TV and a big crowd. He has won a tournament. It's that hurdle he's got over, where a lot of other players need to get over that, and you tend to
57.
stages in your professional career, and winning a major is one of them.
Well, Hamilton can't be that far off. He's been a nearly man in PDC events for the past couple of years and just has faltered. Just looking back, semi-finalists in the World Match Play and the World Championship, I recall. So semis haven't been very kind to him, and here he is at a semi now. He'll be hoping to break that sequence of semi-final defeats. Looked good early on, not looking quite so confident now.
No, both them semi-finals, very disappointing. You know, he is a solid, consistent man. There are some players that have off days, and you know, you kind of beat them without having to try too much. But I can certainly tell you that you have to play well to beat this guy, because he just doesn't let up. It's double 19, just to the left of that, and does.
Andy Hamilton goes into the break, 5-3 up. Welcome back to the World Darts Trophy in Utrecht, where Stokes' Andrew Hamilton is now just one set away from a place in the final against this man, Gary Anderson from Berwickshire, who has got now to mount a very, very serious challenge if he is to prevail in this championship, Rod Harrington. He just can't afford any more slip-ups, in fact.
Well, he certainly can't. There's the averages. They're roughly about the same. The 180s are the same. And Anderson's a little bit up on the 140s and Hamilton up on the 100s. But I feel now it's for Hamilton to lose than Anderson to win. I mean, all Anderson's going to do is go up there and play his own game and think, well, I've lost the game, I'm just going to relax and throw some darts. And, you know, force Hamilton to get over the winning line, which, as you know, Dave, can be the hardest thing to do.
And we also know that when a player is relaxed and laid back, that's when he can be at his most dangerous. But Hamilton looks like he means business. He wants to kick on here past the checkered flag. Not an empty seat anywhere here in this attractive arena in Utrecht in Holland, where darts is one of the most successful enterprises in their sporting spectrum and indeed on their television screens.
There's a good example there, Dave, where Hamilton should have switched after his first dart. That barrel covering the whole of the treble 20 up, but he still tried to force one beside it. The same with this dart. Maybe a little bit of room to the right, which he's used, but normally a lot of players would have moved down. And there's a good sign there of how Anderson has got the points on his darts with grooves in them. So that index finger sits on them grooves and just feels a little bit more comfortable.
Yes, it is an interesting throwing style that Anderson has. I'm sure we'll get a closer look at it at some stage, but his index finger rests down on the point of the dart. Each of these players' throwing styles, their action, their grip, their release, well, it's as individual as a fingerprint, Rodney, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Dave, yeah. But there's one thing, on release of the dart, it is normally the index finger and thumb that release the dart at the last second. It's actually, I think, his third finger that's on the point, but it's just to make things comfortable in your hand. If they're comfortable in your hand, then you'll throw the dart better.
Hamilton should take this one out. Double 8, now double 4. Just needs this set, remember. Not happy. And Anderson here on 54. Variety of ways and options open to him. 14 should be the first dart. Double top. And that's indeed an impressive finish from the Scot. Needs this set, needs everything he can get, and needs darts like that one to carry.